pregnancy update. I'm going to be sharing weeks 24 through 26 with you all. Today I am 26 weeks and 6 days, so tomorrow, and by the time that I upload the video, I will be 27 weeks. I had an experience today. We went out to eat and two people came up to me. First, it was a woman, and she asked me, "Are you expecting twins?" And I told her that I was expecting triplets. And then later on, a guy came up to me and asked me if I was expecting twins as well. So I think I'm here in another phase of my pregnancy journey where I'm showing a lot differently than I was before, where people just thought that I was pregnant with a singleton. If you are following me on Instagram, you already know that at 24 weeks I experienced the stomach flu, and it was terrible. It was so terrible. So everybody that sent me messages and words of encouragement, thank you so much, because it was terrible. I've never experienced the stomach flu in the way that I did. The cramps were so bad. Of course, I couldn't eat or drink anything, or the cramps would just come. I wasn't throwing up or anything, but the cramps were so painful. My mom did end up getting me to call my doctor and tell my doctor about what my symptoms were, because at first I thought that I had just food poisoning. And so I ended up calling my doctor, and the nurse wanted me to go into the hospital just for precaution reasons like dehydration. She was asking me certain questions over the phone. They wanted to make sure that the cramps weren't masking any contractions. I knew I wasn't having any contractions. I know what Braxton Hicks feels like. I also know what normal contractions, real labor contractions feel like. I knew I wasn't having any contractions whatsoever, but just for precaution reasons, and they wanted to make sure I wasn't having any type of bleeding going on, as well as my hydration level. So we checked my hydration level, which was good. I wasn't severely dehydrated, but I knew I was dehydrated compared to the amount of water that I usually consume. They also put in an IV to give me, you know, some type of fluids to rehydrate my body. And I hate needles. I actually will avoid them at all costs. So I hated the IV. It was just terrible. IVs suck. I do not like needles. I do okay. I'm not like a big baby about needles, but I just prefer it. It was just a pest in my arm, and I wanted it out. Like, okay, I'm over this. They tried to get all three of the babies on the monitor. They couldn't get all three of them on the monitor at one time, so they just did one by one. They were chasing the babies around trying to get them all on there, and they also monitored my contractions while I was there. The contractions were good. I had one Braxton Hicks contraction, and when I was having it, I told the nurse, I was like, "Oh, I'm having a Braxton Hicks contraction. Is that the leveling on the monitor that I see?" And she said yes. But it was really light while I was there, so they didn't have any concerns whatsoever. They were just telling me that they didn't want the pain to stop. I was hoping that they would give me some type of medicine to help the pain, because the pain was so excruciating that I just wanted it to be over. I was just in so much pain. I couldn't do anything. I literally had no energy. I was so weak, because of course I wasn't eating. And the number one concern that I had while I had the stomach flu was the fact that I didn't feel like I was feeding the baby. If you watched my last pregnancy update, you will know that I was a little concerned about my weight gain and how much weight I was putting on. I was not very happy with the amount of weight that I had put on. It wasn't as much as I wanted it to. So while I had the stomach flu, of course, that was my number one thing. The 3,500 calories that I tried to get in on a daily basis, I wasn't getting in any of that. So I'm pretty sure that I did not gain any weight during that time, and I'm not sure if I lost any weight either, but hopefully I did not lose a lot of weight during that time, because up until then the babies are growing really, really well. And I did get the stomach flu right at 24 weeks, and that is also the week that I went in for my last maternal fetal medicine doctor visit, where they look at the babies for about 3 hours. They measure their growth, they measure their fluid, they check all of their organs, and everything looks really good. So I'm really happy about that. We're doing really, really, really well. The doctor was very, very, very happy with the outcome of that appointment. Baby A was measuring at 1 pound 10 ounces. Baby B and baby C were measuring at 1 pound 8 ounces, which that put them over the average singleton babies. So their percentiles range from 54 to 64%. And I was so happy to hear those numbers, just because, and of course we know that the weights that they measure is all an estimate, but to hear those numbers and to have the MFM doctor to come in and tell me everything that you're doing is working, obviously, like you are doing so well and your babies are growing so well, just keep up the good work. You always want to hear those things, especially since I have a high-risk pregnancy. It's just a little confirming to me. And then bam, after that we got the stomach flu. Their positions, baby A is transverse and baby B and baby C were still flipping a whole lot. I'm hoping that baby A does choose to go head down, hopefully within these weeks or the coming weeks closer to labor. I want her to be head down for a lot of reasons. That we are going for a vaginal triplet birth, and that is plan A for us. So to have baby A head down would be ideal. Like that is the ideal position to have baby A in. We can deliver her breech, but we're definitely not going to try and deliver her transverse. So if she goes ahead and go head down and be head down, since she will be the first baby to come out, that just puts us at a better possibility for us to achieve a vaginal birth. So a vaginal birth is plan A for our delivery, and then plan B, of course, will be a cesarean birth. My doctor is 100% in favor of doing a vaginal birth, which I feel so lucky to have a doctor that chooses to see that, you know, birthing rights matter to women, and that having a vaginal triplet birth isn't so far-fetched like so many doctors consider here over in the United States, that it just seems a little far-fetched. And if I did not have a doctor that was supportive of my vaginal birth desire, I don't think I would be going for it, because that was number one on my list, is to have a doctor that is experienced and comfortable enough to do the birth with me. I did not want anybody that was incompetent or that just straight out never experienced a triplet vaginal birth. I wasn't gonna put myself in that type of situation or push the button too hard to have a vaginal birth just because it's my desire to. No, I needed a team that would support me. So of course, my husband is on board. I have a doula, she is on board, and my doctor is on board. I'm very happy to have a birthing team that is in support of going for plan A. And then, of course, if any complications arise, then we will go to plan B and have a cesarean birth. So I'm not closed-minded to having a cesarean birth. It's just my first desire is to have a vaginal birth with these babies, and I am very happy to share all the reasons why I would want to have a vaginal birth. It's not uncommon for triplets to be born vaginally. Over in the United States it is, but that's just because most doctors choose to do a cesarean birth. I am still very active in my pregnancy just because I'm caring after 3 other children, but I still rest a whole lot, and it's changing every week. Every week I can see me slowing down more and more, which y'all know I'm not very happy about, but I'm slowing down more and more. Right now I'm at a stage where by 5 o'clock I have to be done with everything. And that leads me to where we are today. So at 25 weeks, nothing really happened. I'm just slowing down. 26 weeks, I am a whole lot bigger. As of today, I have gained 40 pounds, which I am very, very happy about. I wanted to show you guys the babies, and I am going to take a circumference measurement of my belly, since I did have 2 people to come up to me and ask me if I was expecting twins. So let's see, and let's look at this bump. Okay, here we are. This is my bump, and I'm losing my son, but hopefully you guys can see that we're growing a whole lot. And I'm going to measure. Okay, so you guys can see what the circumference of this belly is. It looks like we're right at 49 inches, if you can see that. We're right at 49 inches circumference. And so I'm excited to see at 30 weeks when I do another bump update to see how the circumference of my belly changes. It might not change that much, but I'm not sure. Hopefully my belly will start to widen out, because right now I feel like it's more pointy than it is wide. So hopefully it will start to widen out, but we'll see. I'm excited. Next bump update will be at 30 weeks. You guys stay tuned for some vlogs and some preparation that we have going on in the house. Thanks for watching, and we are out.